Hi guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing okay. I'm going to try to give you an overview of this article as opposed to reading through every last word of the article, and I'll skim read through it just to make sure I give you all of the accurate information. I'll provide a trigger warning. The whole nature of this story is very grisly. It involves the death of 4 boys, teenagers, and this woman was allegedly involved. There's a trial happening right now. She's facing charges of luring the 4 boys to the location, at which point the 4 boys were ambushed by a group of MS-13 gang members. They were beaten and they were hacked to death. They were left there in the middle of an enclosed area, a wooded area close to a soccer field. And again, the prosecution is arguing that this woman here, whose name is Little Devil, that's her nickname, her real name, her legal name is Lenise Escobar. The prosecution is claiming that she purposefully lured the boys to the location. How this all started was, as far as I understand, so this woman here, this girl, Little Devil, was an associate of MS-13. So, as far as I understand, not a full-blown gang member, an associate of the gang. And the prosecution's arguing that in order to win favor, what she did was she found some pictures of some boys in the local area, Long Island area. She found some pictures on social media of some boys that were throwing up MS-13 gang signs, even though they weren't MS-13 gang members. So this Little Devil, Escobar, took those photos to the actual MS-13 gang members, gang leaders, and said, hey, look at these boys in the local area. They're pretending to be MS-13. They're not MS-13. What are you going to do about that? Apparently, the MS-13 gang members were very angry. They felt disrespected that these boys would do such a thing, that would pretend to be MS-13 gang members or throw up MS-13 gang signs. So they concocted this situation whereby this woman, this girl, Little Devil, Lenise Escobar, arranged for 5 boys to meet in this specific area that she informed them of. And they were smoking marijuana, they were having some weed. And then all of a sudden, oh, I should have mentioned, this happened in April 2017. And then all of a sudden, the boys were there smoking some weed alongside Little Devil. And then 7 to 10 MS-13 gang members appeared out of nowhere. They told the boys to get down on their knees. And they did. Little Devil also got down on her knees in a bid, according to the prosecution, to appear as if she were also a victim. When the prosecution is arguing that she was not a victim, she was complicit in the attack. Thankfully, one boy, a 5th boy, ran away. Thankfully, he ran away at that point that everyone was told to get down on their knees. He ran away, and he was physically fine. However, the 4 that remained were beaten and hacked to death. So their names are Michael Lopez, Justin Livacura, Jorge Tigre, and Jefferson Villalobos. I believe they were all from Long Island, and they were taken to an area called Central Islip, if I understand that correctly. Again, this happened in April 2017. So they were beaten, hacked to death. Their bodies were left in a nearby soccer field. So what I've read there really is from the point of view of the prosecution. The defense lawyer, Keith White, has argued that the woman concerned, and they've not given us the age of this alleged criminal or the charges, and regrettably I've not done thorough enough research to try to track those details down. But the defense are arguing that little devil Linez Escobar didn't know that there was going to be an attack. She didn't know that the gang was going to attack the boys. So that's what we know. The trial is expected to last several weeks. It started on Monday, so yesterday, and we presume that that's going to go ahead. Of course, at this point, I'm going to say condolences to the families of the victims concerned, the 4 boys, their lives taken away from them. Thankfully, a 5th got away, Alex. I'm not sure if that's his real name, but that's a very good blessing. I would think, I guess I'll throw some speculation in. The article isn't telling us the charges that the woman, the girl, is facing, but it's in relation to her luring the boys, where they were subsequently murdered. She's saying that she had no idea that the gang was going to attack the boys. Well, I don't think that defense is going to hold up much water, frankly. I would be quite confident that the prosecution, the police, the investigators will have the evidence fully documented that she forwarded certain social media postings that the boys had made to the MS-13 gang members. I think the police would have that evidence for it to be presented within this prosecution argument. So I think she'd be not able to sustain that argument effectively, would be my guess. What do I know? Not a lot. I think it would be one thing to say that she was aware that the boys would be attacked by the gang members, and another to say that she thought the boys would be murdered by the gang members. I think it's possible that she didn't know that the boys would be murdered by the gang members. But we'll see what happens during the trial. If there are more updates, I'll likely make more videos. I would like to see this woman, this girl, serve a long sentence, even if she didn't think that they would be murdered. Presumably she knows that MS-13 gang members, she was an associate of them. She would have been aware of how violent they could be, how violent they are. She would have known that the boys were going to be beaten. She would have known that. Outnumbered by 7 to 10 MS-13 gang members. Armed. They were hacked to death. Again, apologies. Beaten and hacked to death. So, presumably they had machetes or knives of some kinds. Perhaps other weapons. So I don't think she's got much of a defense in regards to not being aware that the boys were going to be attacked. Her only possible defense is to say, well, I knew they were going to be attacked, but I didn't know they would be killed. I would think that would be her only way out of it. But even then, regardless as to what she knew were the full intentions of the MS-13 gang members, seemingly, according to the prosecution here, she allegedly, literally lured the boys to their death. And for that, you would think that the keys would be thrown away. So I'm going to wrap things up here. Again, condolences to the families of the victims. It is a tragedy. We hope justice is served. If you do like this type of content, I read through articles that are published the same day or perhaps the day before. If you do like this type of content, then please do give me a bit of encouragement, like, comment, subscribe. Chat amongst yourselves in the chat box. Perhaps we'll do some live streams. Let me know if you feel that would be a good thing, and I'll thank you for your time.